Just making sure, waiting for confirmation that I am live. I am live. Hey, everyone. To all those in America, big day, massive day, election day. Been a crazy few years. And there are a few of us around the world because, let's face it, I know that I am hundreds of kilometers away in Australia. Doesn't matter. Oh, it doesn't matter. Of course it matters. The experience for you is a lot more intense in the United States because you are directly involved. Whereas those of us who are further away and are paying attention, look, a lot of Australia is not paying attention, doesn't care, doesn't think it relates to them. Well, it freaking does. It relates to all of us. The result that happens in America for this election affects all of us. And to think that it doesn't is really naive, and you're clueless if you don't think that this result of this election doesn't affect all of us and doesn't affect the future of the world. Because the America is it's a superpower. It's a superpower that affects the world globally. And we have been feeling the effects of the increased pressure and influence that the United States government has on lots of governments all around the world, and it's not good. So I want to just give you a little perspective, though, in relation to the election today. So as much as we all have our bias, well, most of us, anybody who's paying attention has our bias about what we believe is the best possible outcome. But none of us really know. Let's face it, none of us really know with absolute certainty what the best outcome is. This is the Great Awakening. Now, a few years ago, because, look, I wasn't awake for many, many years. My awakening happened about 15 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. But I was stuck in the matrix for most of my life. And it was a shock for me to realize and learn that this is actually, that what we perceive as reality isn't actually reality, that we are living in a simulation. We are living in a simulation by our design, by our creation. And that is really good news. And what I have come to recognize and realize is that what we believe is the best for our future, is the best possible outcome, is not necessarily so, because we have this much view of the world. We have this much understanding of what is unfolding. It is like the tip of the iceberg. We see this much, and we see this much through our perceptions, through our filters, through our biases, through our judgments, right? So actually, where's my tinfoil hat? I forgot to put on my tinfoil hat. I have to wear my tinfoil hat for these broadcasts. There we go. It's never too far away. So let me just get my hair tucked up. That's better. So, sexy tinfoil hat. By the way, if you want any of this merchandise, there's lots of really good merchandise in my Shopify store below. You can buy one of these, you can buy one of these. So, but let's talk about perception and understanding about what is unfolding in the United States right now and around the world. So, when I sort of got on my spiritual path, I have had a belief and a faith. I was brought up Catholic. I would not say I'm Christian. I am spiritual. I believe in a higher source, a higher power. God, source, universe, the divine, whatever it is that you want to call it. I believe that is our source. That is the power that we are connected to and the power that lives within all of us. It is our guiding light. It is our soul connection. And we have all chosen to be here at this very auspicious time on the planet because this is the Great Awakening. And if you had told me 5 years ago that the Great Awakening would look like a global pandemic and what has unfolded since 2020, I would have said, you're crazy. I was expecting sunshine, rainbows, unicorns, and fireworks and all things nice. I was expecting the Great Awakening and the shift in consciousness to be all filled with grace and ease and love and puppy dogs and all that stuff. It's been far from it. It's been a hellscape. And this is the way it had to be. This is just the way it had to be. This is the way the Great Awakening has unfolded. And, in relation to the politics right now, no matter who actually wins this election, know that it's perfect. I know that you have your bias. I have my bias. I feel like there is a specific outcome that is for the best for the future of America, that is the best for the future of the world. However, I know deep in my heart that the light is in control, the light is winning. That whatever outcome, it is ultimately for the best. There are no catastrophes. The other thing that I want you to realize is that you are not at the mercy of anything. That this is all a simulation. That what we perceive as reality is a holographic projection. Do you know what reality is? Reality is that you are spirit having a human connection. Sorry, you are spirit having a human experience. You are an ultimately, infinitely powerful being. That you are the creator of your experience in this simulation, in this holographic projection. It's not real. Listen to that. It's not real. None of this is real. It's a simulation. Quantum physics has proven, although science is never settled, but from what we understand of quantum physics, this is a simulation. None of it's real. You are energy. All of this is energy. The experience you are having is because of your belief systems, your mindset, what you focus on. You get what you focus on. So regardless of what happens in this election, you still get to control the future that you want for yourself. You still get to co-create your destiny because you are not at the mercy of anything. Are there external influences that impact our lives? Yes. Yes. We are in this dance with an infinite number of influences that is all coalescing energy, all interacting in this mishmash, in this soup. It's all interacting together, and it seems chaotic, but there is order in the chaos, and the order is in what you choose to focus on. So don't get drawn into the drama. There could be a lot of drama coming up. There could be a lot of drama coming up. We don't know what's going to happen. This is a battle between good and evil. It really is. And for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, there have been dark forces who have been pulling the strings, who have been manipulating humanity and been using their power to create the outcomes that they want. However, the balance of power is shifting. That's why you are here. That's why you have chosen to be here at this time. The balance of power is shifting. and it's ugly. The dark forces are showing their ugliness. We are seeing it in real time. And some of it is hard to believe. Some of it is hard to process. Knowing the kind of suffering that has been visited upon millions and millions and millions of people throughout the world. And that we are considered to be mere pawns in the whole game that is being played here. And, Elon Musk is not the richest man in the world. They keep calling Elon Musk the richest man in the world. He is not, by a long stretch. He's one of the richest entrepreneurs that we know, whose face that we know. But there are trillionaires out there who own the vast majority of the world's wealth. And they've accumulated it in a very short period of time. They are the ones who are pulling the strings, or have been pulling the strings. Now, the reason that there are so many who are unhinged and hysterical right now is because they can see the writing on the wall. They know that they are about to lose that power. Now, if you have been listening to mainstream media in the United States and here in Australia, I heard a quick news broadcast last night. We have the TV on while we're eating dinner and stuff, and not watching anything in particular, but this news thing came on, and it was repeating the same lies and propaganda that's coming out of the United States. And I'm like, what the hell, guys? Seriously, it makes me want to vomit, the kind of rubbish that they come out with. Now, if you've been believing the media in the United States or in Australia, then can I just tell you to go about a website called American Debunk, DEBUNK.com. I have actually put the link to that in the description below, because the media is taking snapshots and then creating their own agenda around them. They take them completely out of context of the stuff Trump has said and make this entire narrative that is all bullshit. It's just bullshit. I mean, if it weren't so serious, it would be hysterical. And I think if the vast majority of Americans realized just how badly they have been manipulated by the lies in the mainstream media, I think they would be shocked. So AmericanDebunked.com, link is in the description. Go and check it out. If you have been deceived and you've been believing the CNN, NBC, MSNBC, ABC, if you've been believing the rubbish that has been coming out about Donald Trump over there, then please go and check that out, because it will calm you down a lot if Trump does win this election, right? So, and if he doesn't, then that it's meant to be. Whatever is meant to be will be, right? And you're getting caught up in the drama and being worried and concerned and stressed about the election is not helping anybody, and it's hurting you. So what happens next is what happens next. As I've said in previous broadcasts, I used to laugh at preppers. Now I am one. So I went out and did a shop yesterday and made sure that, and even though I'm all the way over here, hey, we still have a freaking government here who's certainly, I'm not going to say anything about that, but anyway, but I went out and I got, bags of rice and made sure that I have enough supplies to get us through a few months if we need it. It's the kind of food that doesn't go off, that it will sustain us, potatoes, all that kind of thing. So make sure that you have some sort of food supplies in store, just in case, just in case. And, there's a whole lot of propaganda on the other side as well. There's all sorts of trust the plan. It's like, dude, what plan? Nobody ever told us about a plan. What the hell's your plan? They tell us to trust the plan without actually telling us what the plan is. Do you know? It's like crazy. People sending out that all this for 4 years. People have been sending me, oh, this is going to happen and that's going to happen. It never happened. Let's just wait and see what happens, shall we? We can only control our immediate future and our now. The control that you have, the power that you have, because control is an illusion, actually. But the power that you have is in this moment right now. So what do you choose to focus on in this moment right now? Because what you choose to focus on now is what will create your future experience. So if you're focusing on doom and gloom, and if your happiness and well-being and mental health is dependent upon a specific outcome that is out of your control, then you've just given all your power away, love. Sorry, but you are literally handing over your power to an external situation, force, circumstance, person, number of people that is completely outside of your control. How is that working for you? So, what life do you want to create for yourself? What life do you want to create and what experience do you want to create as a collective? Because it is the collective focus that creates the collective global experience ultimately. And we are coming out of very, very, very dark times. We are coming out of a very long winter. And I'm not talking about decades. I'm talking about thousands of years. If you look at the history of humanity, it is dark. Dark. But that is changing. And everything that we're seeing unfolding right now is all perfect. It's all perfect. May not feel like it, may not seem like it. Looks like a shit show. This is what it looks like while it's happening, people. This is what it looks like while it's happening. So if you're in the United States, whatever you feel strongly about, absolutely, go and cast your ballot and do whatever you can to make sure that that ballot is counted. Because there's some interesting shenanigans going on over there. I don't believe that you have very secure elections over there. I don't believe we have very secure elections over here, to be perfectly honest. And those who are in power, and I'm not talking about the government, I'm talking about those who are really in power. They're not about to let go easily anytime soon. Have you read the book? It escapes me now. I'll think of it. I'll think of it and I will post the name of the link, the name of the book below. But it's about the creation of the Fed, Creature of Jekyll Island. There you go, Creature of Jekyll Island. So you can find that online anywhere and everywhere. And it will shock you. The history of money, the history of wealth from the early 1900s, the history of the Fed. Do you realize that the Fed is actually a privately owned organization? It is not a public government entity. And this is where people like Trump and Elon are talking about perhaps ending the Fed. It's like, wait, what? Previous presidents have been assassinated for trying to do just that. So do you see now why there is such hysteria amongst the ruling class? And when I talk of the ruling class, and you look at the control the ruling class has over every public entity, control over the government, control over the media, control over the food systems, control over the health systems, control over the education systems. They control it all. Now, they are facing the collapse of all of it. And what I see as has become an alliance on the right is actually the catalyst for that collapse. That's why it is so freaking crazy right now, because the ruling class have a lot at stake, a lot. So this is why those who have more money tend to be more on the left, because they don't want things to change. Whereas the people on the right, they're tired, they're done, they're fed up. They are ready for massive change. Can I just drop a little thing that I noticed just recently here? You can take this as you wish, but if you've ever watched the movie The Matrix, and they talk about red pill, blue pill, right? Or is it blue pill, red pill, whichever it is. So red pill, you take the red pill, there's no going back. You wake up from the simulation. You get unplugged from the matrix. Do you think that it's a coincidence that the Democrats are blue and that the Republicans are red? Just saying. I just noticed. Is that a coincidence? Red pill, blue pill? Yeah. Think about that. So if you are awake to the simulation and you know what's going on, then just take a breath. It's all going to be okay. Focus on what you can have influence over. I'm not even going to say what you can control. Focus over what you can have influence over. Focus on creating your future your way. Focus on being the best and most powerful version of you. Focus on creating wealth as a conscious entrepreneur. I'm passionate about that because I believe it is the entrepreneurs who will ultimately build the new earth paradigm and create the earth that we wish to live on. One of love and compassion and community and understanding, coming together, working together. We have been separated deliberately for too long. We have been ruled by fear deliberately for too long. Enough. So I'm going to leave it there today. I'm sending you loads of love from Australia to the United States. It's all going to be okay. Take a breath. Know that whatever is meant to happen is what will happen. And ultimately, this is what the Great Awakening looks like. As I said, it's chaotic. It's a bit ugly. It's crazy. To some of us, it's like mind-blowingly unbelievable and surreal and just like, how did we get here? But this is where we are. So trust the unfolding. I'm not going to say trust the plan. I'm going to say trust the process. Really focus on what it is that you want to create, the future that you want for yourself, and know that you are infinitely powerful and you have the power to create anything. Napoleon Hill, whatever you can conceive and believe, you can achieve. You can achieve. Not at the mercy of anything else. Doesn't depend on the freaking government. Doesn't depend on the global economy. It's all within your power. Own it, live it, be it. Okay? So, lots of love. If you've enjoyed this, then please comment in the chat. If you feel that it's helpful, then please share it out. I only reach a few people, a handful, a very small handful of people with these lives. But even if I just help one person. Oh, and that's the other thing. I have done an EFT tapping video all about stress around the election. You will find that just in the last, I think I put it out last week. So you can do tapping to help you with stress around the election as well. So I love you loads. Whatever happens, it's all going to be okay. It's all perfect. All right? You've got this. Love ya. I'll see you on the other side. I will do another live stream tomorrow, and just celebrate. Whatever happens, celebrate. It's all going to be okay.